guys? Welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And we got all the DC Fandom things coming at your face today.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch!
You bastards!
Goddamn, I'm ready to put dynamite in my ass and smoke a fucking cigarette. Let's go!
I want to do that too. But wait. First, we gotta watch this Suicide Squad trailer.
Okay.
Shit.
Let's put it on the big screen.
All right, here we go. So, the Suicide Squad panel came out today on DC Fandom, and James Gunn announced all of his new people, and we're going to watch the trailer behind the scenes thing. Now, I've already seen this, because I was watching it earlier, but we're going to watch it together, and then we'll talk about it. Ready? Sucking, fucking, and touching!
I think it's going to surprise people.
You kind of sit there and go, how did they do that?
I don't know.
It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
Mr. Polka Dot.
Polka Dot Man's my favorite.
She looks good.
There's no one better in the world to direct the Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
I was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with the brilliance of James Gunn's characters
Glow in
and
the dark
comedy.
boomerang?
Yeah, give me that apocalypse now feel.
The Suicide Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty. Within
Oh,
most of them.
what the hell?
Some of them are just pretty crappy through and through.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he needs to kill along the way.
Okay, I got it.
Don't ever settle back like you think you know where this is going, because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense about what's about to happen next, James comes in.
Everyone's exploding. Genitals, heads, arms, legs.
Genitals?
It's like a big,
Wieners are
massive
falling off.
graphic novel brought to life.
This is by far the biggest movie I've ever made.
See that shark about to eat somebody's fucking head?
I was just paying attention to the guy throwing polka dot
get too
beads,
attached.
like Rip Taylor.
This has been truly the greatest, most exciting journey of my life making this film.
Cut. That was great.
Yeah.
It fucking looks
Yeah.
badass, man.
It looks really good.
You know what? It's always been weird for me. Like, the Suicide Squad obviously wasn't that great of a film, but I still had fun with it. It was really a fun kind of, whatever. Put it on Sunday afternoon, drink a beer, and cheat on your wife. But this really looks like the adaptation that a lot of people and a lot of fans have wanted from Suicide Squad. The fact that it's like a reverse Avengers, like a dark Avengers, like a shitty fucking group of people that are brought together because, hey, listen, if you don't, we'll kill you. And you got to do this mission. I think that's fucking badass. And they got so many weird characters. It's like a combination of Watchmen and Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like a fucking weird amalgamation of both of those kind of genres.
Yeah.
And I love it, James Gunn.
I'm excited about it in my crotchal region. But yeah, dude, one thing I'm really paying attention to here is the fact that James Gunn went through all that shit with Marvel, where they booted him off the movie at first,
Yeah.
and all that stuff was going on. And now he goes to DC.
Why'd they beat him off for, Mike?
Well, I'm not going to beat anyone off today.
It's like, don't beat him off.
I don't beat men off on Saturdays.
You're a great master debater.
a Friday night
And
thing.
you discovered it when you were 11.
Saturdays are for coffee and contemplation.
That's what it is.
Beat off contemplation.
Indeed.
But no, like I think he's got a purpose for doing this movie, man. I think he really wants to go to DC and do what the DC's all about, which is we don't have to please everybody.
Yeah.
We don't have to please everybody. We just have to do our own thing, and they're finally realizing that with all the news that's coming in and all the stuff that's going on. What I noticed too is that Joel Kinnaman said he was like, don't get attached to anybody. So at first when I saw the trailer reveal, and you got John Cena,
He doesn't have to worry about that. I was never attached to Joel Kinnaman. So. Not that he was all
right.
Yeah,
but I loved him in The Killing.
Yeah.
But not RoboCop or
Fuck
Suicide
that.
Squad.
God
Which
damn.
I like Suicide Squad as like a Batman Forever type movie. It's kind of corny. It's kind of whatever. I enjoy watching it. It's entertaining, but
Yeah.
it's not perfect. It's got a lot of problems. And some of that apparently wasn't David Ayer's fault. But what I will say is
David Ayer's cut release.
at first I was worried that when they showed all these new characters, man, the shark, the weasel,
Overwhelmed.
all that shit. Yeah, like, okay, now we're gonna have to go through this whole thing where you have to announce every character and go through their backstory. But when Joel Kinnaman said, don't get attached, and they're talking about people's genitals exploding, this sounds like it's gonna be an R-rated film, and it's an exploding offer, Dean.
It's kind of reminds me, what was the guy's name, that little piece of shit character in Suicide Squad, like the escaper?
The dude that died, like,
Yeah,
instantly?
he was like, you should climb that rope. Yeah, and I was like, they'll probably be like that, but there are some really cool characters, like the polka dot man. Like, I don't give a fuck about his backstory, but it's cool to see him on, like, I don't know, he throws polka dots. But yeah, man, overall, like, I'm really happy and excited that James Gunn is on board and helming it. The thing about DC is, and I know we've been accused of being DC fanboys. We are!
Fine!
But I don't care. I love Marvel too, but DC has always been for me a really special heart, or it's been a special place in my heart and farts for a long time. But I like the fact that it feels like with DC, when you go to DC, it's like going to like a Steve Jobs when he was starting out in his garage and he's not wearing any shoes and he's talking about free love and fucking awesome PC at not a low price, but an amazing future. And then Marvel is like Bill Gates. And it's like Windows. It's everything's compact and has to stay in this universe. It has to stay like this.
If I wanted it to be for everybody, Steve, I would have built it with accessible ports.
I feel like you go to DC, it's like
whatever you said.
Yeah, it's like Michael Fassbender's version of Steve Jobs. Is like, well, that's why you will never be remembered.
I'm not going to acknowledge the Apple II team.
Yeah, DC is basically wearing goddamn ripped jeans, no fucking socks or shoes, walking around and coming up with imaginative things. Okay, creative. Be creative in your own world.
Yeah.
DC is like, listen, we got to get the numbers up. Okay, Windows is not doing well right now. Bill Gates can jump over a chair.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up.
I'm really excited, man. I hope that it does awesome. And
I think it's going to have a lot of the same stuff that Guardians of the Galaxy had, but he's going to be free to do what he wants. And by the way, James Gunn's not a Marvel guy. He's a guy who came from Troma.
Yeah.
Like, he's got some dark shit. He's got some horror movies under his belt and shit like that.
They not announced the rating on it.
No, but I mean, you're talking about if to me, if generals explode, it's going to be R-rated, right?
I guess.
That's what I would assume. And I think DC is finally, thank fuck, and we'll find out more about that today. Leaving into their darkness.
This is a great day. This is goddamn Christmas Day.
Into their darkness and away from the light, which is what we wanted them to do. Like, play with your toys. Play with your own dirty toys.
Go away from the light, Carol Ann.
Yeah. Carol Ann. Comment down below. What do you guys think? How excited for you about Suicide Squad? Do you like to touch me in my wiener time?
What?
I do. Very much, Jim.
It's usually a one-on-one sport.
But that's okay. We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn whale penny. And we're going to have tons of videos about DC shit coming out today.
I like it. Why did they get a load of me?